The 2-minute scream for Remembrance Day. It's Remembrance Day today, and usually it's held outside a memorial grave to remember the soldiers who fought in World War I and II. It's the sacrifice they gave which shaped the world that we live in today. It's great that we still remember the two big wars, because lest we forget, and we make the same mistakes again. It's usually held outside as well, and for 2 minutes we are in silence to show respect to the soldiers that fought in the world wars. Their bravery has no limits to how far it stretches. I attended a Remembrance Day service. It was held outside a statue memorial grave and people were gathering in the numbers. It was a cold day but sunny, and it's nice that people can still gather round. Before the 2 minutes starts, a man stood on the statue and through a speaker he told us all, today we are going to do a 2-minute scream instead of silence, and I had never heard of a 2-minute scream before. It's always supposed to be a 2-minute silence. Then again, I guess things change sometimes and screaming can have more meaning and represent the horrors of the world wars. When the 2 minutes started to remember the fallen heroes, nearly everyone was screaming. They screamed so loudly, and the 2 minutes was a slow 2 minutes. Some started dropping to the ground because of all that screaming and they had lost their breaths. I was hesitant of doing a 2-minute scream, and I saw another person who was also hesitant to do a 2-minute scream. The 2 minutes was truly a long one. Then the other guy who wasn't screaming, some people started to stab him a little and hit, to get him to scream a little, and he did scream a little. More people started to faint due to the constant screaming and never stopping. This was the weirdest way to show respect to the fallen soldiers of both world wars. Then someone kept tasing me and it was making me scream. Then one of the fainter, their spirit possessed me and I started to scream non-stop. It was long and exhausting and I wanted it to stop. Then more people started to faint, and because of all the non-stop screaming, even my ears felt like they were going to bleed. I wanted to stop screaming, but the spirit of one of the fainters kept making me scream. Then finally the 2-minute scream ended.